Right now, as you listen to this, Social Security is starting to break down. The website has been crashing. The phone lines are jammed or silent, and the staff has been either laid off or demoralized or limited. And behind the curtain, you know what's behind the curtain. It's Elon Musk's Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency, running the show like it's a bad crypto scam or the latest meme coin. We are talking about $1.5 trillion in benefits gone glitchy and occasionally inaccessible. Listen, we all understand large systems don't function perfectly. It's not like Social Security was this perfectly oiled machine before. But the Trump Musk team has thrown gasoline onto a system that was working by
Precisely. Yeah, they identify some purported problems with it. Sometimes those problems are legit, but they exaggerate them, and they do that cynically in order to turn Americans against it and support cuts to it.
firing more than 12% of the staff, eliminating the office that tracks how the public is being treated so that you can't complain when you get screwed anymore, slashed call centers, canceled ongoing and open modernization contracts, and also outsourced the critical decision making for Social Security to a private tech billionaire with a fraud obsession who is the very unelected bureaucrat we were told Trump was going to get out of government. And the guy now running the place is a mid-level analyst who handed over internal data to Elon Musk's team behind his boss's own back. And he's now in charge of whether 73 million Americans get their checks on time. So what's the plan here? The plan is very simple. It's almost stupidly simple. Break it and then say, look, government doesn't government doesn't work. It broke. It's broken.
Exactly. It's a privatization scheme.
Well, it's broken by your doing. But that allows you to manufacture consent for privatization. You create a crisis, you make people miserable, and then you sell them the idea. You're not happy with this, right? I have the solution for you. It's Wall Street. Wall Street can do it better. Private industry can do it better. Let's let in the hedge funds and the financial advisors and the whole thing. It's a very old playbook. But the problem is that Social Security is not some abstract policy idea. It's groceries. It's rent.
Yeah, a lot of people on the online right that you engage with on X, I mean, they're not looking for serious engagement or debate. They just say it's a Ponzi scheme, end of discussion, and complain about it. They will never engage with any of the good things that Social Security actually does when you point them out. They'll never engage with that. They'll just say, oh, why can't Americans do their own retirement funds? Why can't they just save money for their own retirement on their own? And that's the end of the story. This is a Ponzi scheme. They never engage with anything that challenges their worldview. It's insane.
It's medicine. For millions of people, Social Security is survival. Workers at many companies scrape by on $14 an hour. And then you've got the CEOs and the owners pulling down millions of dollars, sometimes billions of dollars, from the labor of the people making $14 an hour to scrape by. And now we want to go in and mess with the only safety net that they might ever see. So you've got the staff at the field offices, no paper, no pens, no headsets. Some are faxing documents like it's 1994 because the phone systems aren't holding up. The calls flooding into Congress are from people in their 70s and in their 80s begging to understand, are my benefits going to arrive? I can't get through to anybody. And sometimes the answer they're getting is we just don't know what's going on right now. So we are seeing in real time the dismantling of one of the most successful government programs in American history, which you paid into your entire working life, because it's easier to let it die for Republicans than to admit that it works and to stop privatizing it. They want
Yeah, exactly. I wonder if this is going to hurt the Republican Party's polling among old people, people 65 plus. Because we know, unfortunately, they made gains among younger people in this recent election. That's probably going to evaporate. But we can really hope that the gains, the built-in advantage they have among senior citizens, that will be short-lived.
you to hate it. They want you to believe this thing is so broken, I'll let anybody run it, even if it's Wall Street. And then they can come in and say, we've got a plan. We're going to hand this over to private banks. Yes, they will take some fees. Yeah, they're going to take a cut. That's fine. Yeah, they'll profit a little bit off of your retirement checks that you've been paying into, if you live long enough to get those, by the way. But this is how we're going to fix a problem that we created.
Yes. So this is something that actually even a conservative, Sagar and Jetty, has brought up. Not specifically this, but that conservatives are so skeptical of big government, skeptical of the problems that they pose, the corruption, but they ignore the Wall Street issue, the big corporations issue, the corruption that's posed by their very existence, their too big to fail nature, their desire to run everything in this country, to own everything in this country. They turn a blind eye to their total abuses of power and just focus on the government aspect. Well, you know what? Yeah, the government screws things up. Government doesn't run Social Security perfectly as it is, but there is reason to believe that they're doing plenty of things well. Cutting poverty. I mean, things are going well with Social Security so far, regardless of the problems that may exist. But they pick away at the problems and say, well, because these problems exist, it just needs to go be handled by the private industry. Private industry should handle this. Well, I got news for you. Private industry screws things up too. And I think that's what David Pakman here is correctly recognizing. So really good job to Pakman on explaining the details of this privatization scheme. I think more people need to be talking about this. This is one of those things where it's like, okay, this could be an actual watershed moment where the Republican Party loses the older population. But we've got to get our messaging right. We've got to be on point. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, or subscribe, and thank you for watching.